It's a brand new month. We've gotten through 6 months of recovery and a life adjustment after surgery. Now we're going to focus on the next chapter. It has been 6 months since I had surgery. Almost 6 months and a week since I had surgery. It is now August, and it's time to move forward in this new chapter of life. And I really want to focus on moving forward in new ways. So we're going to kind of talk about that. So it is 6 months since I had surgery. As of Monday, I'm down 98.3 pounds. I've lost 98.3 pounds in 26 weeks since having gastric bypass. Long limb gastric bypass is the surgery I specifically had. It's crazy to think that 6 months has gone by because it always felt like July was so far away. Like the end of July is 6 months and I have, so much time and I have, need to get this done and do this and whatever. And now it's here, it's August. Like July is over. It's now August 1st. Like, where did the last 6 months go? And I feel like I keep thinking about how time will pass anyway. You might as well make the most of it. Do the things you need to do. Make the most of every day. And I feel like I've lived that out more in the last 6 months than I ever have before. Like every other time I've tried to change my life and change my eating habits and all those things and tell myself, every day matters and whatever. It never really clicked. And now it's like I have consistently made efforts and I've gotten where I am because of those consistent efforts. I haven't been perfect. I'm going to sit here and tell you that I have not been perfect. I will never claim that I've done everything perfectly. But I know that I have, on the days where I have fallen apart, I have picked myself back up and moved forward. And it's crazy. It's been 6 months. So one decision that I have made moving forward is I'm going to move to 2-week bi-weekly weigh-ins, which I've kind of already done since I did my surgery, since I did my trip in July. I took 2 weeks off from the scale then, and then I took another 2 weeks off after that for kind of waited until I had my 6-month post-op appointment day, and I kind of want to continue that. I feel like it's been really good not to constantly be thinking about the number on the scale, but thinking about my efforts during the day. I want to spend more of my time and mind power thinking about am I increasing my resistance? Am I doing better with food? Am I eating too much fat? Because I think that might be one thing I have to adjust a little bit. But I want to be thinking about the actions I'm taking and then the life I'm creating more than what the scale is telling me every week. I still think that's super important. I think it's going to be hard for me to do this. There may be times where I sneak on there in between just because it's hard to resist it. But I don't know. I don't think the scale is bad. I'm never going to sit here and say the scale is evil or whatever, because I feel like people say that because they don't like what it says. But the scale is just giving you information. The scale is giving you just facts, just straight facts. It's not saying you're saying anything mean to you. We say that to ourselves. Anyway, that's how I feel about it. But yeah, so I'm going to start doing bi-weekly weigh-ins. I might do a 3-week weigh-in here and there because I'm trying to keep on track with 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. And there's 13 weeks. There aren't 12 weeks in 3 months. It's 13 weeks. So it might be a little messy here and there, but I don't want to be tied to the scale every single week, if that makes sense. So that's one thing I really want to focus on. So this coming Monday, will not be having a weigh-in video. I'm not going to have a weigh-in video next week. And yeah, so that's kind of my plan for that. But like I said, I really want to be building my habits and not be focused on the number, because I don't know, like, I had someone ask me what my ultimate goal is. Do I have a goal weight? And I'm like, no, I have no idea. Like, if I were in my 20s and whatever, like, I have an idea of where I want to be there, but I'm like, I'm 44. I don't know what my body wants to be right now, especially post-surgery. I don't know what's a good place for me to be. I have guesses. But right now I just want to focus on building my life rather than focusing on a number. I will tell you that I do have a goal that's like a moving target, not a moving target. It's kind of a temporary long-term goal. I do want to get under 200 pounds. I want to get to 199.9 or 199.0. And once I get to that point, I'm going to reevaluate and kind of figure it out, because I don't know. I don't know if I want to be 165, 175, or 185. I don't know where my body wants to be. And there's no way for me to know that at this point. So that's my long-term focus, but that's kind of in the back of my mind. I'm trying to focus on the next 5 to 10 pounds. Currently, my focus is on losing 11.7 pounds because I want to get to 245 by the end of August. That's my goal. That's my hope. My body may tell me something different. My body may decide to stall in the meantime, but I'm still gonna try. So one thing I decided to do this past Monday, a few days ago. So from July 27th until August 30th is 5 weeks. And I decided that my focus, my mission, my hope is to lose enough to get down to 245 pounds. So that's 11.7 pounds. But I don't want to focus just on that number. I'm trying to focus on other parts of my life and adding things to make that possible. So I decided to create a 5-week focus for myself and just kind of focus on different areas of my life. So at the beginning of the week, I decided to really hone in on the next 5 weeks, which I'm almost a week into. I thought about setting goals, and I was thinking about, oh my gosh, I could totally set goals for the next 6 months and, say I'm going to lose this many pounds and I'm going to do this or whatever. And I was like, I want to think about the next 5 weeks and just kind of focus on the things I need to change slightly just to improve the areas that I'm already working on, continue with the things that are already working, and then just kind of incorporate other areas of my life that are also in need of some attention. Because, my weight loss isn't just for, yes, it's for my health and my body and activity and all that stuff too, but I'm like, there are other areas of my life that also need attention, and being able to mentally focus on those things is amazing. And I want to focus energy on those things because I feel like it all intertwines so much. So I created a 5-week focus for myself from July 27th until August 30th. Yes, I do have a weight loss goal. I do want to hit 245 pounds by the end of this. I would love to lose 11.7 pounds in 5 weeks. I don't know if that's going to happen. And I'm not going to beat myself up over it if it doesn't happen. But I want to have a focus. I'm focusing on those next 10 pounds or 11.7 pounds. So in order to do that, I want to continue eating the way I have been. I did discuss my macros with my nutritionist. There might be some adjustments in the future to the fat content that I'm having. I'm not going crazy. I'm not having a ton of fat, but in comparison with the other macros, it might be a little high. But she's like, as long as you're still losing, we're not going to do what you're doing until it doesn't work anymore, and then we'll make some adjustments. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to hit my protein goal. My protein goal is 82 to 92 grams of protein. I'm going to have my calorie guardrails of 1300 to 1400 that I'm eating. I'm going to keep consistent with my fiber, my hydration, and keep tracking my food as best I can. The only time I struggle with tracking food is when it's outside of my home. As far as the working out and all that stuff, I'm going to continue doing similar workouts that I've been doing. I'll change it up probably this coming weekend. But I'm going to try to add more reps or increase the dumbbell weight. I do have 8-pound dumbbells in my trunk. I need to get out and bring those in, add some ab workouts, but nothing too crazy. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but just add a little bit. I do want to start doing mile walks as much as my foot allows me to do that. So I haven't done that yet, but I want to do that at least once this weekend and then go into the next week with with intentions of doing that better. So that's strength, movement, nutrition. We're keeping things relatively the same, but just making a few tweaks because things are working. You don't have to do anything crazy. So other things I really want to do, I really wanted to spend some more time with my husband. We don't go on dates very often as we should, and so I did take him out for dinner on Monday to celebrate my 6-month mark and my weight loss and all that stuff, and we went out and I had the most amazing chicken and broccoli. I know, but it was great. Chicken and broccoli and some fried beef dumplings. I had a couple of those. Fantastic. And then had leftovers for the next day, which was awesome. And then I'm trying to set up some time with a friend of mine, so we're going to do that. And other things want to do, I want to start, I've been going to church regularly. I really want to start meeting people and start building a community here because I don't feel like I have that as much. So that's one thing I really, really want to focus on doing this month. And I'm also trying to figure out some of my habits as far as spending. So I have made a goal to not order anything from Amazon or from DoorDash for 5 weeks. And that's a big deal for me. I think after I had surgery, I kind of went the other way and started buying myself. And a lot of the stuff that I bought, I use regularly. So I don't necessarily feel bad about the stuff that I've purchased. But it's are there things that I don't really need that I, want to get? Yes. I look at my cart often and talk myself out of doing those things. I guess the point of what I'm saying here, is I have gone through 6-month post-op recovery, adjusting, all those things, and I still have so much to learn. I have so much to adjust to. I still have movement improvements of resistance training, things to learn, and I still have macro things I need to figure out and work on every single day. This is a daily thing, and I really want to focus on my habits right now. I want to focus on continuing to build my healthy life as far as how I'm eating, how I'm moving, how I'm sleeping, hydration, all those things. But I also want to focus on other areas of my life because they all tie together. And I just really want this month to be a time for me to hone in on those things and to kind of refocus my attention away from the scale a little bit. It's still important. I still want to share those things. I want to talk about those things. I want to show you what I'm eating and what I'm doing and all of that stuff. But I want to show what I'm changing in other areas of my life and how that all kind of goes together. I want to enjoy my life more because I haven't really enjoyed my life very much the last few years because I've been so limited, and it got really bad. And now I have my life to live, And just like my health was neglected, I neglected myself. I can't say that word, neglected. I neglected my health. I've neglected other areas of my life too. My relationships, my finances, my hobbies, my passions. I have let a lot of things go because I wasn't taking care of myself. And I'm really excited for this new chapter, this next 6 months. And I'm not going to lose another 98 pounds in 6 months. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what my body's going to do. I don't know if it's going to stall in a couple weeks and I'm not gonna lose anything for a while. I think we hyper focus on the scale and what the scale says and all this stuff or whatever, but we forget about just building our overall life and getting to live our entire life. The next 6 months are unknown. I could lose 50 pounds. I could lose 20 pounds. My body's going to do what it wants to do when it wants to do it. And I just have to keep honoring it and doing the things that show it that I care. I need to continue tracking my food and eating right and moving my body, and then also honoring the other areas of my life that could cause stress, that could also cost me opportunities to lose weight as well. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about where I am, and I'm just really excited about the next few weeks and just focusing and honing in on things and just kind of, I don't know, not being so hyper focused on the food and the scale, but also just kind of looking at my overall life and looking at my health, but also my relationships and my creative endeavors and my finances and my faith and my community and all of those things, because all of that matters. All of that matters so much. So as always, thank you so much for being here. If you have questions, if you have comments about the journey, I am not a professional. I am not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a nurse. I'm none of those things. But I can tell you things that have helped me and questions I've asked that have helped me. So maybe you don't know what questions to ask and you want to, ask a professional something. I can, help you with that as much as I possibly can. I just really want what I'm doing here to be helpful in some way to you. So thank you again for being here. Let's just make this next month the most amazing month ever. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate it so much. I would love to hear from you. Please comment below, like, comment, share, do all the YouTube-y things. Supports the channel, and I really appreciate that. And I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.